Most men over 45 don't have a t-shirt problem. They have a quality problem. The fabric is too thin. The collar collapses after 3 washes, the sleeves flare out, the body clings to the stomach. And somehow, even an expensive t-shirt can make you look older, softer, and less put together than you actually are. Today I'm going to break down exactly what separates a great t-shirt from a waste of money. No brand loyalty, no trends. 8 things that actually matter after 45. Let's get into it. Stop looking at the logo. Look at the fiber. The first mistake most men make when buying a t-shirt. They see 100% cotton on the label and assume that means quality. It doesn't. That label tells you what the fiber is. It tells you nothing about how good that fiber actually is. Here's what really matters: fiber length. Most cheap t-shirts are made from short staple cotton, the most common, most affordable kind. It feels okay at first, but short staple cotton pills quickly goes limp after a few washes and loses its shape faster than you'd expect. That's why a shirt that looked fine in the store looks like you've had it for 5 years after one summer. Long staple cotton, Pima, Supima, Egyptian, is a completely different experience. The fibers are longer, which means smoother texture, better durability, and far less pilling over time. When you feel the difference with your hands, it's obvious. When you see the difference after 20 washes, it's even more obvious. And cotton poly blends? They're everywhere because they're cheap to produce. But polyester traps heat, pills faster, and loses that natural, breathable drape that makes a well-made t-shirt feel like a well-made t-shirt. For men over 45, especially if you want something that reads as mature and refined rather than just casual, fabric quality is where it starts. Key message: don't ask, is this cotton? Ask, what kind of cotton? The collar is where cheap t-shirts give themselves away. The collar is the fastest way to tell if a t-shirt is worth your money, and most men don't check it until it's already ruined. A collar that stretches out, goes wavy, or loses its round shape is done, not salvageable. And on a man over 45, a floppy collar reads as tired. It doesn't matter if the shirt cost $80. If the collar has lost its shape, the shirt has lost its credibility. The test is simple. Pull the collar gently. It should snap back cleanly. No delay, no distortion. The rib needs to have real elasticity, and that usually means the rib has a small percentage of elastane blended in, even if the rest of the shirt is pure cotton. A 100% cotton rib looks fine in the store. It just doesn't hold up. Also watch for collar width. Too wide and the neckline drops too low, making everything look loose and unintentional. Too narrow, and it becomes a crew neck that can feel tight and dated. A classic crew collar, clean, round, sitting naturally around the neck without pulling, is still the most versatile option for men's casual style over 45. One more thing. Check the stitching where the collar meets the body. If there's puckering or bunching right there, the shirt was constructed poorly, and it'll only get worse. If this is helpful so far, hitting like takes 1 second, and it genuinely helps this kind of content reach more people who need it. Key message: if the collar fails, the whole shirt fails. Fabric weight doesn't mean what you think it means. There's a widely believed idea in men's style that heavier fabric equals better quality. I understand why. A shirt with weight feels substantial, feels like it costs something. But fabric weight, measured in GSM, is just one variable. And for men over 45, it's actually one you need to be careful about. Very heavy t-shirts, 250 GSM and above, can look great folded on a table. On your body, they often go stiff. The sleeves stick out slightly. The body doesn't move naturally. If your goal is to look clean and relaxed without looking like you're wearing a canvas sack, that's a problem. On the other end, very lightweight shirts, under 150 GSM, are going to cling. They follow every contour of the body, including the ones you'd rather a t-shirt didn't emphasize. After 45, thin fabric is one of the fastest ways to undermine an otherwise solid outfit. The sweet spot for most men over 45 is 180 to 220 GSM, medium weight. Heavy enough to have some structure and not cling, light enough to drape naturally and breathe through the day. The goal is a shirt that holds its own shape without fighting yours. And remember, weight without tight weave construction still pills and loses form quickly. Both have to be right. Key message. The best t-shirt for a man over 45 isn't the heaviest. It's the one that holds its shape without going stiff. The shoulder seam can make you look stronger, or sloppier. Most men never think about the shoulder seam. It's the kind of detail that only gets noticed when it's wrong. But when it's wrong, it affects how the entire shirt looks on your body. The shoulder seam should sit right at the edge of your shoulder, not past it, not cutting into it, at the natural break between shoulder and arm. When it drops too far down, the whole shirt looks like it's sliding off. Your shoulders appear narrower, your posture looks less controlled, and the sleeves hang wrong. When the seam is too far in, sitting on top of the shoulder instead of at the edge, the shirt looks tight and forced, like you bought the wrong size. After 45, shoulder posture naturally changes for a lot of men. A well-cut t-shirt accounts for that. It sits cleanly on the shoulder and makes the upper body look structured and solid, not compensating for anything, just working with the shape you actually have. This is one reason why trying on before buying still matters, even if you know your size. A medium in one brand can have a completely different shoulder drop than a medium in another. Your size is not a universal measurement. Key message: a good t-shirt sits on your shoulder, not past it, not cutting into it. Fit matters more. After 45, here's what actually works. In your 20s, you could wear something a size too big or slightly too tight, and it didn't really cost you. After 45, the wrong fit shows up immediately. Not dramatically, just noticeably. And noticeable in the wrong direction is the last thing you want. Let's go through the main fit types quickly. Classic or regular fit. Straight body, no taper, doesn't cling to the midsection. This works for the majority of men over 45. Easy to layer over or under. Pairs well with slim chinos, dark jeans, and casual trousers. If you're unsure where to start, this is your baseline. Slim fit. Works well if you've kept your shape. The shoulders and chest should fit cleanly, with a slight taper at the waist. Important: slim doesn't mean tight. If you're pulling the fabric away from your torso just to see what it looks like relaxed, it's too small. A slim fit t-shirt should move comfortably with your body. Relaxed or oversized fit. Trending right now, and it can work. But there's a trap. If a shirt is both wide and short, it adds visual width without length, which makes you look heavier than you are. If you want to wear relaxed fit, go a bit longer in the hem. Let it drape rather than puff. A-line or tapered body, designed to be wider at the hem than the chest, which can help conceal the midsection. But it only works with fabric that drapes well. Stiff fabric in an A-line cut will puff outward and look shapeless. Tubular construction. No side seams, the body is a continuous tube of fabric. Avoid it. It twists on the body, doesn't conform to natural shape, and wears unevenly. It's a manufacturing shortcut, not a design choice. If you're finding this useful, subscribe. I put out one of these every week. No filler. Just the stuff that actually matters for dressing well after 40. Key message: after 45, fit isn't about looking younger. It's about looking sharp. Watch how the fabric falls on your body. Drape is one of those things that's hard to define but easy to see. It's the reason two t-shirts in the same size can look completely different on the same person. One falls naturally and looks clean. The other bunches, clings, or sticks out in places it shouldn't. The difference is almost always drape. Fabric that's too soft and thin clings to the body. It follows every contour, including the ones you'd rather it didn't emphasize. You move, it moves with you, but not in a flattering way. This is the clingy t-shirt problem, and it's more common than people realize. Fabric that's too stiff holds its own shape regardless of yours. The sleeves angle outward. The body stays boxy whether you're standing or sitting. It can look clean in photos, but feels uncomfortable in real life. And after a full day, it shows. What you're looking for is what I'd call a controlled drape. Fabric that falls naturally from the shoulder, skims the body without gripping it, and adjusts quietly when you move. The shirt doesn't announce itself, it just works. You can't fully evaluate drape in a fitting room. You have to move around, sit down, reach forward. The fabric should follow you without drama. If it fights you, or if it clings to you, it's the wrong shirt, regardless of how it looks on the hanger. Key message: the fabric should work with your body, not fight it or expose it. Construction details. Separate a good t-shirt from a throwaway. This is the part most people skip in the store, and it's the part that ends up mattering most over time. Run your hand along the bottom hem. If it ripples or feels uneven, the stitching is already pulling at the fabric. That only gets worse. Look at the side seams. Are they straight, clean, and even? Or are there loose threads and inconsistent spacing? Turn the shirt inside out and check the stitching around the collar joint. Any bunching or puckering there means the construction is off. Look for a neck tape, a strip of fabric stitched inside the back of the collar to reinforce it. Cheap shirts skip this step. A well-built t-shirt includes it. It makes a real difference in how the collar holds its shape over time. Also, check whether the shirt body is cut on grain. If the side seams twist toward the front or back when you hold the shirt flat, it will twist even more on your body after washing. That's a construction flaw, not a fit issue. A man over 45 who wants to dress well doesn't need flashy. He needs clean, structured, and built to last. Those qualities are written into the construction details, not the label on the back. Drop a comment below. What's the one thing you always check when buying a t-shirt? I read every single one. Key message: quiet quality is what makes a simple t-shirt look like it belongs on a grown man. The wash test, where marketing goes to die. A t-shirt is not evaluated in the fitting room. It's evaluated after 5 washes, maybe 10. That's when you find out what you actually bought. Here's what to watch for after washing. Did it shrink significantly? Not a little, but enough to change how it fits. Is the collar still holding its shape, or has it started to stretch and wave? Did the body twist at the hem? Has the color faded unevenly? Is there pilling on the chest or underarms where fabric rubs? Is the hem starting to curl upward? These aren't minor cosmetic issues. Each one is a sign that the shirt was not built to last. And a shirt that degrades quickly isn't a bargain. It's a recurring expense. For men over 45, the smarter approach is simple. Buy fewer shirts, buy better ones. One well-made t-shirt that holds its shape for 3 years, same collar, same drape, same fit after 40 washes, is worth more than 4 premium shirts that look great on the rack and mediocre by the end of summer. The real value of a t-shirt only shows up in the laundry. That's the honest test, and most shirts fail it faster than their price tags suggest they should. Key message: the true value of a t-shirt is revealed after washing, not before. After 45, a t-shirt shouldn't make you look like you've given up. It should make you look comfortable, confident, and like you made a deliberate choice, not just grabbed whatever was clean. Stop chasing logos. Stop following trends built for a different decade. Look at the fiber, the collar, the fabric weight, the shoulder seam, the fit, the drape, the construction, and how it holds up after washing. Those 8 things will tell you everything you need to know about a t-shirt before you spend money on it. Once you understand what actually makes a great t-shirt, you'll never shop for one the same way again. If this was useful, subscribe. There's more like this every week, focused on helping men dress well without the noise. And tell me in the comments, what's the one detail you'll start checking from now on? I want to know.